Last year, my YouTube friend Joe from Midlife and Beyond with Joe Blackwell shared a powerful video about how she was embracing the winter season of her life. And that prompted me to go check out the other 4 seasons of life, spring, summer, and fall, to see if any of these seasons resonated with where I currently found myself. But after reflecting on my own experiences, I realized I didn't fit the mold of the traditional seasons. And so I created my own season, football season. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicky. And let's talk about how I didn't fit in the traditional mold of the 4 seasons and why football season feels like a much better fit. But before we go there, let me share with you what are the traits of the traditional 4 seasons. And forgive me, I am going to look down at my notes. Spring is a season of beginnings. Spring is a time when life reawakens, energy begins to rise, and there's a fresh sense of possibility in the air. It's a season where new ideas take root, fresh starts feel exciting, and we feel brave enough to try again. We move through many springs in life, after rest, after heartbreak, or reinvention. This season is about planting seeds for the future and believing in what's yet to grow. Summer is the season of expansion. Summer is when life feels vibrant and full. Momentum is strong, and the hard work from earlier seasons starts to pay off. It's a time of confidence and celebration, a season of thriving relationships, creative peaks, or personal strength. Summer invites us to show up fully and soak in all the joy and success that comes with flourishing. Fall is the season of transition. Fall is a season of change when things begin to shift, slow down, or fall away. It's a time to reflect and harvest the lessons of what's come before. Autumn asks us to let go of what we no longer need and to trust the natural process of change, even when it's uncomfortable, as we prepare for something new, even if it's not yet clear. And then there's winter, the season that Jo found herself embracing. Winter is the season of stillness. Winter is a quiet inward time, a necessary pause in the rhythm of life. It's not about doing, but about being, a time for rest, healing, and returning to yourself. Though it may feel like nothing is happening, this season brings deep, unseen growth. Winter prepares you for the next beginning, not by pushing forward, but by allowing space for stillness. And that is why I couldn't see myself in any of these seasons. And as I shared in my very first video since dropping my cartoon persona, I shared my definition of aging on your terms, which is basically the best defense is a good offense. So what exactly does aging on your terms mean? Well, I'll use an American football term since I love football. It means the best defense is a good offense. And in English terms, what that means is if you're constantly reacting to what life is throwing at you, all you're ever doing is reacting. You're not moving the ball forward. So in the case of football, if you're on offense, you've got an entire book of plays that you can run to try to score that touchdown. And the other team on defense is constantly reacting to your plays. When you don't have your offensive playbook, you're on the defense. You're constantly trying to figure out what life is throwing at you, trying to react to it, and you're zapping your energy. You've seen those games where the defense is on the field for 90% of the game. You don't want to be on that defense. You want to know exactly how you're going to move your ball down that field. And Michael and I found ourselves playing defense a lot while caring for his parents. But even before that, we learned a lot of lessons from other family members who hadn't planned, and we saw what procrastination and not planning and lack of communication with the family caused them unnecessary harm and us unnecessary grief. That's why football season resonates with me so much. Since our 30s, Michael and I have been learning from all of the defensive plays of trying to protect our family and our loved ones from what they didn't plan for, and then taking all of those lessons and putting them into our own offensive playbook. We have a trust. So if something happens to us, we know who's going to be on deck to take care of us. We have a will so that if we should have passed away, we know what's going to happen with our stuff. We have those powers of attorney so that he and I, or whoever is next in line, has everything that they need to take care of us. We've been going to the doctor. We've been diligent about taking care of our health and trying to combat a lot of the things that we've seen. And my recent string of adding into that is I realize as I get older, I need more protein in my life. And so I'm trying to shove down all this protein so that I can build and maintain muscle mass, because that was one of the things that was really heartbreaking for Michael, was to see how his dad's muscles had atrophied so much in such a short period of time, because not only were they not moving and trying to get up off the couch, they also weren't eating very well. And everything that they ate was basically just a lot of simple carbs, things that quote unquote were easily digestible and very sweet, because I guess they had just got really good sweet tooths as they started to get older. But trying to incorporate all of those lessons learned so that we have a much better future. True, we can't control everything, but we've got plans in place to control what we can control. And that's similar to having your football playbook. When you're on the defense, you're constantly trying to control somebody else's control, and that's a lot harder to do. So our lives rarely fit into these nice little check boxes that we often find on applications, on tests, and sometimes those frameworks just don't portray who we are or who we are in that particular moment. Maybe you also, like me, don't see yourself in the traditional 4 seasons of life, and that's okay. So that's why I created the Seasons Collection, a way to wear your mindset, whether you are traditional, like fall, my time to gather, reflect, and savor the achievements, big or small, that come with cozy changes all around, or if you are a little bit more playful, fall, my time to gather, reflect, and accept that falling back just means I'm awkwardly early for everything for a week. Or maybe it's something like a completely different take, like I have on football. My time to prepare for the next down, tackle challenges, and stay in the game. Or Michael's playful version, my time for wearing my lucky jersey, yelling at the refs, and believing this is finally our year again. Because sometimes he needs a break from being a trust administrator and caring for a parent with dementia. But don't tell him I said this. There is no way in heck either one of our teams is going to win another Super Bowl anytime soon. These new designs will be available for purchase on my Fourthwall store starting tomorrow, September 1st at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. If you are a current subscriber to my newsletter or have made a previous purchase, check your inbox for your special VIP discount. And if you're not subscribed or haven't made a purchase yet, there will be a 10% discount code on the website that you can use. But don't delay, it will expire at 11:59 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on September 15th. And if you don't see a season that resonates with you now, I will be dropping more in the future. I'd love to hear what seasons you are excited to see coming up in the store. So drop a comment below. I'd love to know what season you are in. If you made it this far with me, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.